Pathways, today with Rachel Moyes, the Learning Manager at the Leeds Grand Theatre. And we've got a couple of questions about what you do here. So can you tell us a bit about the history of the Leeds Grand Theatre?
Absolutely. The Grand Theatre is a fantastic Victorian theatre. So it was built in 1878 and opened all those years ago with a big performance of Much Ado About Nothing. And a famous character, Wilson Barrett, who used to run the theatre, he's a manager, but he was also an actor, so he did all the performing roles. He was backstage sorting out his production company, and he was also welcoming people front of house. So a really busy man.
What sort of performances do you put on here?
We have a range of performances. We've got our two resident companies, so Opera North, so we have lots of operas. Northern Ballet, obviously lots of ballets. But for the rest of the year, we have plenty of West End musicals on tour. We also have plays, companies such as the National Theatre or the Royal Shakespeare Company. We also have lots of comedians on Sunday nights, characters like Michael McIntyre or Lee Evans, etc.
Great. What kind of opportunities do you have available for young people?
For young people, we do a lot of theatre tours, which a lot of young people want to have access to the building just to find out what's going on, kind of behind the scenes, behind the stage. Yeah. So we do a lot of tours which just introduce people to all the different departments throughout the theatre. We also do a series of workshops and projects that we do either through schools or colleges or after schools as clubs. And the other key thing that we do for young people is work experience. So it just introduce people to the theatre for a week, throw them in the deep end to try out just different departments and see what experience they can get their hands on.
Where does a young person find the vacancies you have?
The main way we advertise vacancies is on our websites, so just checking out the websites under the vacancy pages. But we also have other opportunities to like work experience, which you can just get in touch straight away with the learning team and apply for a work experience placement. What
sort of questions do you ask interviewees?
Generally about experience. Any transferable skills, we try and draw out that from the young people. But equally, we try and set them a bit of a challenge. So we ask them to do an activity within the interview setting. It's not too scary, but it's just trying to, there's no right or wrong. It's just trying to understand how the young person might approach something. So, for example, for the apprentices, we ask them to choose a number of objects that they'd use in a workshop and just explain why they've chosen those objects.
Okay. Is there any other advice you'd offer young people who work here with Herritage?
Definitely just try and get as much experience as possible. So volunteering, experience, just doing a day, whatever you can get your hands on. Try and get into the venues and understand how they work, because I think you'll be quite surprised that it's quite a varied range of roles available out there, and I think a lot of people don't realise how varied that is. So within the theatre, a lot of people see the theatre and think, I want to be on stage, I want to be a performer, but actually there's so many more jobs from the technical side through to the housekeeping, the front of house, the managing, the programming, the learning team. There's just hundreds of opportunities you just need to find out more information about.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Rachel. That's all the questions we have for you today.
You're welcome.
Could you tell us what your job involves here?
We both support the learning team here, so we help to do the tours, the workshops, long-term projects with primary schools, and we've recently started going and doing assemblies as well.
How did you get your job here?
I was always looking on the internet at different theatre websites, seeing what jobs they had available, and luckily, back in October, Leeds Grand came up with this job, so I applied straight away.
What sort of qualifications and skills did you need to get a job here?
I think officially it was 5 GCSEs, A-star to C, and both myself and Beth have done GCSEs and A-levels, so I think that helped in getting it.
And then the skills we need is really good communication, because we work with a wide variety of people, and just your general organisational skills and all that.
Okay, what are the good things and some of the not so good things about your job?
One of the best things about the jobs, I think, is that you get to work with a really wide variety of people. So we work with people of all ages, from really young to elderly people, and then we work with people from different communities and different backgrounds. So we get a lot of experience in different areas.
Yeah, my favourite thing is being in the theatre environment, and it's really buzzing, and then my job is to get other people enthusiastic about the theatre and its heritage, and that's really fun.
So is there anything negative about your job, do you think? Or...
The job involves phoning a lot of people, and I quite struggle with that because I get quite nervous on the phone and I end up talking gibberish, and it's quite embarrassing. But I'm getting better at it, so that's a good thing to come out of it.
I think with me, I really love the buzz of working in a theatre and kind of all the practical side of it, and being around the stage and doing all of the sort of theatre side of things, and then sometimes you have to slow down and go back to the office and do all the admin side of it, which I'm the same. I'm getting better at it and learning how to organise all the admin side of it.
What sort of opportunities do you see moving on in your career?
I think we both really want to stay working in theatre. I think we've both fallen in love with the Grand, but whether it's this theatre or somewhere else. But also this opportunities kind of lent itself to working anywhere that's got a history and a story to tell. So we could go forwards and work in a heritage venue or a museum or something like that.
What sort of ambitions do you have in your future?
I'd love to be some kind of like general manager of the theatre, or a bit still like really support a learning team within theatre, because I think it's a really unique and special opportunity for children to have.
So that's all the questions we have for you today. Thank you very much, Grace and Bethany.
Thanks very
You're
much.
welcome, yeah.
You're welcome.